As we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, we are taking a look at the stories that shape the Chicago area.
For one local family, their Puerto Rican heritage is helping them make a difference in kitchens across the country. WGN's Annabella Val has tonight's cover story.
As physicians, Dr. Berlinda Torres and Dr. Edwin Santa have always lived life with a purpose, to help others and bring them back to health. And when they became parents of two boys with autism, they were determined to find a way to make sure Gabriel and Daniel will also live life with a purpose, despite their limitations. That led them to open a business where they hope to give a better future to other people with disabilities. 20 years ago, Dr. Berlinda Torres and Dr. Edwin Santa started their married life by leaving Puerto Rico to pursue their medical residency in Chicago. Edwin at Rush Hospital and Berlinda at University of Chicago. 3 years later, they decided to start a family. First came Gabriel, and only 15 months later, Daniel was born. It was during that second maternity leave that Berlinda noticed something off with Gabriel, her oldest child.
Motor-wise, he was very healthy, but it's more the speech delay and the social skills.
At 16 months old, Gabriel was diagnosed with autism. Then his younger brother, Daniel, received his own diagnosis when he was 2 years old.
I'm first a mother before a doctor. Of course, it's kind of shocking, like, oh my God, you know, what am I going to do now?
That's what I'm talking about, yay!
The Torres Santa family scratched their plans to move back to Puerto Rico, understanding the resources for their children were much better in Chicago.
We started right away with therapies with both of them, with speech, occupational therapy, with ABA. You know, we were like on top of that.
Gabriel and Daniel, who are mostly nonverbal, use a tablet to communicate. 15-year-old Gabriel goes to Oak Park River Forest High School, and Daniel goes to a school in Naperville for children with autism.
We're having our up and downs, but when we're going down, we're saying, okay, we're going to be fine. Let's work with them, you know. Let's do, you know, support them and be positive.
At this point, the Santa boys are thriving, but mom and dad can't help but worry about the future.
For me in the hospital, I don't know, I'm sure it's happened to Berlinda, whenever I see a 80-year-old parent or 90-year-old parent and they're there with their, you know, son or daughter who's 50 or 60 disabled, I'm always thinking that's gonna be us.
Berlinda's concerns are more immediate. What happens to Gabriel and Daniel when they finish high school and age out of the special education services as adults?
Right now, more than 80% of people with disabilities, they can find a decent job. So, you know, I would like to create employment for them.
That's how Gabriel and Daniel's Oatmeal was born, a line of healthy instant hot cereals.
When we switched to healthier food options as well, you know, like gluten-free, all organic, I noticed a significant improvement in our health.
Part of our Latino culture too, you know, we grew up on a lot of these things. Hot cereals in the morning, oatmeal and cream of wheat and cream of rice and cream of corn and all these things that we ate growing up.
Berlinda created the recipes, and with the advice from her brother in Puerto Rico who owns his own oatmeal company, she launched a small factory in the west side of Chicago. Right now, they do everything themselves with the support of their incredible family. Nephews, siblings, and grandparents that will drop everything to take care of Gabriel and Daniel as well.
They're near the youngest in the family, and all their cousins are like their brothers. You know, there's never been a time when, you know, we had an issue and I call any one of my nephews and they're here in 15, 20 minutes, or grandma shows up or my brother shows up. And I think part of that is cultural.
That support, plus their budding business, make Berlinda and Edwin a little less worried about Gabriel and Daniel's future, as well as the future of other children like their boys.
We want them to grow up and have that experience of feeling like a purpose, getting up and going to a job every day. If we can do that and also help other parents who are going through the same thing so that their kids might have an opportunity to have a job and feel that sense of purpose too, I think that would be great.
You can find more information about the organic, gluten-free, healthy, microwavable hot cereals on their website at GabrielAndDaniel.com. Celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, Annabella Val, WGN News.